This is PC-13. Political correctness is unavailable here, and we have an FBI warning for those of you who might not know this, that we're going to talk about guilty liberals. You can stay tuned for more if you like. You can also subscribe here at our YouTube channel. Let's go here, and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. Guilty liberals who go through people's personal belongings. And, TSA is at the airport. And whenever somebody goes through your personal belongings, they have to have gloves. There's a certain protocol. And the guilty liberals that we grew up with, they have a tendency to go in our drawers more ways than one. So we're going to talk about it here. How many guilty liberals do things to manipulate the people around them or manipulate information. Yep, guilty liberals have done this before, over and over again. And we're sitting here watching how a guilty liberal I personally know has been going through our drawers, going through our belongings. And I'm going to tell you, even taking things that aren't theirs. So naturally, they have to cover it up with more lies. The lie is getting worse and worse for that guilty liberal that I deal with. I've dealt with guilty liberals all my life. It's good to be remorseful and say I'm sorry for what I've done, and I'm sorry for the harm that I caused. And guilty liberals owe other people an apology. Let me start with the ripping of our Drain the Swamp signs over at my old apartment, to taking my shovel, to taking my dog bowl, to taking mail out of my mailbox. I mean, there are a long list of things that are going on. And going through our drawers today, personal belongings. Those personal belongings are hands off. And it seems as if the guilty liberal that we deal with has a problem. So I told my fiance about it. And guilty liberals do things to cigarettes. They do things to all kinds of things. All in the name of sex. It is true. They can't get laid, so they're fiending. And it's called starving the beast for a reason. Now, if you disagree with me, that's fine. But you have to see what we saw. And the thing is that guilty liberal hasn't been around in a long time and has made its reappearance again. Doesn't want us to have things of our own. Doesn't want to have our personal space respected. Goes into our room, goes into our things. That is not the kind of person I want in my home, sneaking around, trying to be sneaky in the bathroom, shoving people's pants off, doing things that are inappropriate in my home. That may be the way they run their home, but this is not their home. And what happens is whenever a guilty liberal is running other people's lives, it's typically because of their behavior problems. That guilty liberal has behavior issues. And there are a lot of them that take advantage of people at the worst time of their lives. Like, we're sitting here getting together, preparing for a wedding, and that guilty liberal shows up because he doesn't feel like he has his own justice. So he's going to go about things and sneak around and try to get, basically he got caught, So if you know a guilty liberal, this is for you. You could discuss it at your own free will. It's bothersome, and it's one violation after another. Now, if I were to tell you that he was responsible for all the things that went wrong, I'd be totally wrong. But going into my drawers, going into my personal space, he shares nothing with me. I have not married that person. I met that individual for coffee, and that is how it's been. And since the whole coffee story has begun, what we were trying to tell you is that they were telling a lot of people who are conservative, who don't support homosexual marriage, to basically go along and find another coffee shop. So we did. And we support the Hagman Report, and we support marriage. And if you don't know the story about marriage, then you don't know the whole story about coffee. Because my husband knows what's going on, and he's very smart. So thank you for listening to our vlog here about the guilty liberals. And if you know one and you would like to discuss more, I would love to hear your response. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel here at the Court of Public Opinion. The Court of Public Opinion is a part of the Amateur Radio Network.